So this video is to show how I do basically desk testing of the systems. I think most tech people know that you can do this, but for some reason, whenever I have friends over and they see me doing this, they're like, oh my God, there's a computer on your desk. And I'm like, yeah, that's how you test them. So this is an excellent way to save time and effort. This lets you test all of the components before putting it in a box. And if you've watched my other video, you know that the part where I put it in the box is actually more time consuming than quite often even the game testing, which sometimes I spend hours doing. Because to do a clean build with good clean wiring and cabling management, it's extremely time consuming to do it right and make it look good. I mean, you can always just throw a bunch of cables in the computer and call it a day, but to make something look professional, it can take hours on some of these builds. So this is what I do. I usually use, I like to use a hard motherboard box. You can use any non-conductive surface, but I like to use these just because obviously they're approximately the size of a motherboard. They're on hand already. Yeah. Trying to think what else to go over here. I like even when it's sitting on my desk, I like to make sure the wires are all reasonably out of the way and done right. It's anal retentive, but anyway, this particular unit is something I'm working on for a customer tomorrow. This is going to be a mid-level 6-core AMD gaming desktop. This is a 6-core AMD FX 6300 3.5 gigahertz, 16 gigs of RAM. Worth noting, 2 8-gig RAM sticks. Pretty much any board that supports DDR3 will support dual 8 gigs. So even on mid-range boards and smaller boards that only have 2 sticks or 2 slots, you can use 2 8-gig sticks. And actually, it's often cheaper now when you look at RAM prices. It's actually often cheaper to get 2 8-gig sticks than 4 4-gig sticks. It's kind of weird because I deal in the used market, so it's a little bit different dynamic. Usually the 4-gig sticks are just a lot more common, so they're cheaper on the used market, but new market 2 8s are usually cheaper. Decent 600-watt power supply, RAID Max 80 plus certified. Not the greatest power supply in the world, but decent mid-range. Not too many people are going to complain about RAID Max. It's certainly going to be better than anything manufacturers throw in their system. And this is a 3-gig Radeon HD 7950 video card. Customer specifically requested an AMD-based build, so that's what we've got. AMD card, AMD CPU, with a decent mid-level ASUS board. Anyway, I hope this video is informative as far as saving time on testing this. I definitely recommend going this route. It can save you a ton of time, especially if it turns out you have something like a bad motherboard. You determine it before you build the entire system. You can save yourself an hour or two of build time.